Hello and welcome. This is Raed Abdullah from GIZ, and I would like to welcome you to our series of interviews we do with Angel Network managers from the MENA region. Today's interviewee is Alyaa Kassem from the Alexandria Business Angel Network. Welcome, Alyaa.
Hi, Raed. Welcome, everyone. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you, and congratulations to your new role as the Executive Director for the Alex Angels. I know that you have took this position in the middle of the Omicron mutation, so it's hard times. But how was it so far for you?
I actually joined Alex Angels as the Executive Director end of last year. So far, it has been a very exciting experience, lots of learning. It was actually an eye-opener, among other things. As for Alex Angels itself, actually, Alex Angels has started 5 years ago. Back then, we only had 6 investors, and now we have around 60 investors in our network. They range from 5 different countries among the Middle East. They have invested in more than 25 companies. Alex Angels usually invests in seed and pre-seed startups. We're also sector agnostic. So we invest in different industries like e-commerce, logitech, clean tech, ed tech, health tech, where the ticket size usually varies from $50K in dollars to $250K USD.
Wow, that's amazing. And it's great to hear that Alex Angels have people from different nationalities. How international is Alex Angels? And I was just wondering if you do invest in startups in Alexandria, based in Alexandria, or also because of the diversity of your members, also invest other way in other countries or other regions of Egypt or other countries.
We do have lots of nationalities in our membership, but so far we're focusing on startups that are based in Egypt, whether they're actually home based in Cairo or Alexandria or any of the other governorates. We do have future plan, hopefully, to go to more of our sister countries around us with a more international growth.
Well, since Alex Angels has been there since 2016-17, as you said, so far, and you mentioned 25 investments. Can you tell us a little bit more about these investments and in which industries maybe, or maybe you have some examples you can tell our audience about them?
In terms of performance, as I said, we did invest in more than 25 companies. And as angel investors, we're always looking at doing well by doing good. So our angel investors are always supporting the startups. So we help them. While we're helping them, we also at the same time looking at other opportunities to have the return on their investment. So we support them in terms of mentorship, subject matter experts, connecting with different networks. This is what we do. And we do it with a wide range of expertise that we have in our network, and in order to have the right people for the right startups. We're also investing in startups that are creating jobs, have a very positive impact, whether it's social or environmental. So, for example, we have Plastica. Plastica is a waste management startup with a side of gamification in it. We also have Sprint. It's an edtech startup that helps create more job opportunities within Egypt.
Okay, thanks for sharing these insights. I will go ahead and look after Plastica and see if how they are doing. It's amazing to hear that.
They're doing great.
I know, Alyaa, that I mean Egypt economy and the startup ecosystem in Egypt was doing really great until the last 2 years, where we have the pandemic worldwide, and it's a sudden shock for everyone, obviously. I know you just joined Alex Angels, but I'm sure you can tell us a little bit about how Alex Angels have survived, or what did they do differently during the COVID, and in order to overcome the COVID situation.
So the past 2 years have been quite tough on everyone, not just the Egyptian ecosystem, but it has been more tough in the Egyptian ecosystem because lots of startups, they had to shut down. But luckily, most of our portfolio companies have sustained. So what we did is we honored all our commitments that we did just before the COVID in order to support our startups to sustain during the COVID era. Okay. So, and actually some of them have managed to secure follow-on funds, whether from angels or other VCs. Okay. We've also managed to close around 10 deals. 3 of them were actually co-invested with other parties. And all of this has resulted to an investment with more than 7 million Egyptian pounds for the past.
And in terms of meeting up with the startups, because you said you're invested Egypt-wide, so how did you deal with the physical meetings and face-to-face meetings versus online? Are you doing that all online now?
So actually, no. During the COVID, we actually did maintain our pitch events throughout these 2 years. Because the nature of our members and their essence, we actually, as I said, we have members from across different countries. So our pitch events were always in a hybrid format. So when we had to move to completely virtual events during the COVID era, it was pretty easy for us to do. And we actually also had more meetings with our startups during that period. We also looked at sectors that we didn't usually look at before the COVID. And actually these sectors have surged during the COVID era, like EdTech, health tech. Yeah, they like boomed during the COVID era and everyone was looking at them. I'd say that the Egyptian ecosystem general actually did very well in the past couple of years. Yani, looking back on 2021, the Egyptian ecosystem has grown by 176% compared to the year before. This is across the Middle East, where actually Egypt ranked number 2 after Saudi Arabia. So we did quite well. Yeah, and we had like around 27% in number of VCs transactions. That's comparing between 2020 and 2021, with Egypt coming again in second place after UAE. If you look at it from the Middle East. If you looked at it from Africa, because Egypt is actually usually compared between
the two regions.
Between the two. Yeah. So Egypt ranked number 1 with Nigeria across Africa when it came to the number of deals that had happened in the past year. This is if you want to look at number of transactions, funding, deals that happened. And surprisingly, fintech was actually the leading sector in Egypt this past year. I think it had around 17% of the deals closed in the past year were actually fintech startups. So it was a quite impressive couple of deals despite the whole COVID situation.
I totally second you, Alyaa, and it just the numbers they are exactly similar to what you said, and I recall one of them saying that Egypt, even the international investors, continued to believe in Egypt and to stay in Egypt during the 2021. And it's like maybe the question here: what are the reasons for the speciality of the Egyptian market, and to make it so attractive for startups, for investors, and so on?
Actually, I believe that the Egyptian startups in general, they have lots of room to grow. They're still, how do you say this? It's been there for a couple of years now, but for the past couple of years, a lot of the Egyptian startups have the chance to grow outside of Egypt more. So I think this have caught the eye of international investors to see what's happening in Egypt. Now, with us being under the scope or under the camera, as we say, people are realizing the great opportunities that we have and the amazing startups and ideas that we have that everyone wants to invest in it. Especially that Egypt, it's huge. You have like we reached how many millions? We're over 100 million people. So the amount of services and ideas and sectors with different categories across different governorates. So you have this bucket of ideas like to take from.
Yeah,
So
it's exactly. It's almost the market served is almost as big as all North Africa together. It's only is one concentrated in
exactly,
one country,
yeah,
which you said between MENA and Africa. Like it's a hub in the middle of big big ecosystems, and that's benefits.
exactly.
Egypt benefits from
Yeah.
that. That's yeah. This is great to hear that for Egypt. I hope that it will continue to be as such. I mean, we are
Hopefully.
in a tough situation now with the Ukraine war on Ukraine, but I hope yeah it will be turn out peaceful at the end.
Inshallah.
So I really thank you for your time, Alyaa. Just like coming to an end and have one more question just to understand where are you going? What are your plans for 2022 and beyond? And how we as development organizations can support the journey of the Angel networks and their passion to support startup and help startup, not only with money, as you said, but also support the teams behind the entrepreneurs with ideas, with the connections, with coaching, etc. So what can we support here?
So as you said, I believe that we need to do more above the line of awareness. So everyone knows there is angel investing, we have the training, we have all these stuff, but people need to know that there is an asset class called angel investing, because what we usually do, we do this within our bubble. So it's not actually growing significantly as we hope to, but I think we need to do something more above the line, whether something huge with a bigger impact, whether it's TV, radio, I don't know, more reaching out more from the bubble that we're all been in the last couple of years. So I believe that's the support that we're looking for. This should be in added in all our future plans and all our cooperations that we do together.
Okay, great. So I'm summarizing. So like you mean to help you reach out to more angels and increase the pipeline of angels that are aware about this asset class and are willing to invest alongside your existing members. So this is yeah, I totally agree, and I think the more people know about this asset class and how important is it for the country, we will find more co-investors. Yeah. Alyaa, I thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Raj, for having me. It was really
okay. Have a wonderful day in Alexandria.
It was really amazing being with you guys. You too. Yalla, take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.